For our slumber is now at rest, and the music of rebirth awakens, when nature truly shows its best, and the shiver of cold now shaken. A million paintings rise to life beneath the eager sun, for a million voices all to chant, spring has come, spring has come. Every year like clockwork, the mountains come alive after a winter's rest. The flowers bloom, the trees green up, and the warming air comes across the mountains to give notice that winter is done. This is a magical time at Burlingame, a time of renewal, reunion, and rejoicing. This is when Burlingame comes alive. And perhaps no place is such a bellwether of spring's return than the horse pasture river. River-dwelling insects make their way to the surface to emerge into the new season, and it makes for both a fish and fisherman's delight.
What you've got in the horse pasture is a wild and scenic river that runs through the development. So unless you're a resident or a club member or a guest, you can't fish this water. The river is wide, it's wadeable, it's got some great falls. It's a great river. It's brown trout, rainbow trout, and sometimes brook trout. So, I've caught brook trout out of the horse pasture, and it doesn't get heavy fishing pressure. So, you can go down there almost any day. In an hour, you can catch 3 or 4 fish, maybe more.
The horse pasture river is part of North Carolina's natural and scenic rivers system, and it is alive with waterfalls and wildlife as it makes its way in and through the Pisgah National Forests. Residents and club members are very fortunate to have so much of the river meandering through the grounds. It has been a very welcome destination to connect with nature and hopefully a few rainbow trout. Springtime connections are not always made at the end of a fishing line. Croquet is as social as any sport, and it is a rallying destination on many evenings. While the play is typically friendly, the Burlingame team does not shrink from competition with other clubs.
Absolutely loved it because it's something you can do in 10 minutes. We can have somebody playing. Doesn't make any difference what your skill level is. It is a very social thing to do. And playing with the other clubs, it's great. It's so much fun. It's so social. And again, like I said, you don't have to be a great athlete. And when you start playing and you learn a little bit more, we show you the grips, we explain how you play it, and then we get you out playing.
The newly reinvigorated lawn sports complex is perfect for playing or watching, and it has become a great gathering place for friends to have fun.
2 years ago, they had the international championships at Toxaway and on this court. And every one of the professionals that came here raved about our court.
The first days of spring are filled with reunions. Residents and members recount how they've spent their winters and make plans for the season ahead.
The year-rounders really have a treat because they get to enjoy Burlingame pretty much to themselves. It's a much smaller crowd through the winter, but there's a lot of anticipation about everyone coming back for the season, and so we have a lot of camaraderie surrounding the return of all the regular residents for the summer.
When you get back up here and you see everyone, it's as if we all went to college together years ago, and we're back for a reunion. It is amazing the friendships you make so quickly here and how they have become the strongest ones we have, other than our children.
No place is the renewing power of the season as dramatic as on the golf course. The beautiful and breathtaking experience of mountain golf puts a player in the middle of nature's seasonal celebration.
Springtime is really, really neat here as everything kind of blooms. The blooming process is from individual perennial plants changes every day. It seems like something else is blooming.
When I see everything coming into bloom, all the rhododendrons, the other flowers that are around the area, that really lets everyone know that the season's here, that it's a time to get back out and play, be rejuvenated, and just a time for everyone to enjoy themselves out here.
Mountains give particular thrills and challenges to the game and are a refreshing return for many who spent their off-season on flatter courses.
Tom Jackson, the designer, did, I think, an absolutely great job of designing the golf course to fit within the natural landscape that Mother Nature had created. I mean, he laid in the holes, not disturbing what was naturally given by God.
It's a totally different game up here. The mountains provide us a different kind of defense for the course, and it's something I look forward to every year. Every year I know that I'm going to have to relearn a few things. There's mountain lies that you have to deal with. There's elevated tee boxes, which are really the most fun for me in the mountains, is to watch the ball sail off the club and just sail down into the fairway or onto the green if it's a par 3.
Mountain golf is truly a different game, and one of the things I like about our golf course is every time you play it, and I play it 3 or 4 times a week, it plays differently. Depending on the winds, the weather. In Florida, we belong to a couple different courses, and to me, once you learn where not to hit the ball and where to hit the ball, it was just the same old, and up here, it's just really different.
The splendor of the mountains comes to life on the course. It is a perfect backdrop for camaraderie and a little well-meaning competition. For many, it's a welcome homecoming, even for those that never left. The season has returned and promises much enjoyment and adventure in the days ahead. As the birds and trees and all of nature cry out, spring has come, and so it has.